Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfiltered Bride Podcast.
Tips from the top table and beyond.
I don't think we can ever re-record it. It'd be so awkward redoing it.
It's gonna be juicy.
So,
like, I am working on getting a remix done for our tour. So when we get announced on, it'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome. And it'd be like,
do it, Brian. Ladies, and gentle,
very few genty.
Where the boys at? We are coming up to our 100th episode.
What date is our 100th episode?
I can't remember. Mid-December. Like around
100
Christmasy
episodes,
time.
1 million downloads.
Not yet.
One
not yet.
big fucking tour, baby.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it yet because we don't know what we're doing yet.
By the time this comes out,
we may have
more plans.
I hope we have more plans.
Well, we need more plans.
Anyway, let's roll the intro and just get on with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
Shall I tell you what's hard to find? Good caterers. We've bitched enough about how bad they can be.
Well, I have a company who we need to shout about, and that is Epic Caterers. I've worked with them, tried their food, and met the team, and cannot recommend them highly enough.
Epic caterers are known for their delicious, bespoke, tailored menus, but did you know they literally can do anything you want?
From formal 5-course dinners to feast sharing meals to street food, they can cover it all, which is such a change from your boring menu A, B, or C.
Epic have a dedicated team of chefs, event managers, front of house team, and waiting staff who have all worked with them for years, so no teenagers in questionable uniforms.
And their office team support throughout the planning process. Their communication is second to none.
If you're looking for caterers for your wedding or event that provide great food, great service, and even make you Marmite butter, you need to check out these guys.
And if you quote Unfiltered Bride to them, they'll even be able to offer you unique pricing. You're welcome.
Go check out Epic Caterers on their socials.
Hey, so what you been doing, Bethany?
Hey, so what you been doing, Bethany?
What? You're making fun of me?
Yeah.
Oh. It's been a while since I've been made fun of. Do you remember like at school when people used to like say something mean?
I've already told you what people used to say at me at school.
I told you what they used to say about me.
I got square head.
I'm a boffin.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
But you're missing a knife, mate.
I must have used it for my
I've got hiccups. This is not good for the podcast.
Go away.
Sorry. What happens when people have hiccups on a podcast?
They edit it out.
I'm going to hold my breath. Carry on.
Fill the gap. Fill the void. What have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of full design meetings, which for next year, which is exciting. Planning the tour, which is even more exciting. And I've had a few weddings here and there. Oh, and the whole rebrand. I feel like I'm doing what people do on weddings when they're like, yeah, I'm getting married, I'm moving house, I'm having a kid. And I actually don't know why you all do it. I spoke to someone the other day.
Always renovating.
She was like, yeah, no, we're moving house. I've got a 2-month-old. We're getting married. And I was like, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but I feel like once you're already stressed, you might as well be stressed.
I was like, after this, you're going to be like, what am I doing? I don't know what to do with my life. Yeah. It's like us when we're out of wedding season.
Well, this is the thing. I've actually had some days at home where I'm like, what am I doing?
So what have you been doing? Because I heard you went shopping yesterday.
Went shopping?
Christmas shopping?
Oh, I did. Oh, I didn't leave my house. I bought most of my Christmas presents. But the problem is we've got to get ready to do Christmas at our house. Now we're not moving house prior to Christmas, which is actually really fucking annoying.
So how does that look like?
Doesn't. We have to get 2 trestle tables together. We have to take out half of our sofa. I've done it before when we first moved into that house. So fun fact, we moved into the house we bought 8 years ago. And had to do Christmas there. We moved in on the 21st of December.
You're a freak like that.
And
You're
did
like,
Christmas
at our house. We're moving, so Christmas at my house.
Yeah, but we were supposed to be moving in June.
Oh.
Our move-in date was June. We bought a new
life.
build house, and it was December. And this is a bit deep for a podcast. It was my nan's last Christmas, so I was like, I can't not do it. I know, so we had to do it really nice. It was good. I had a great time.
So have you got the table and everything ready?
No, we have to hire 2 trestle tables. That's why I'm speaking to you nicely, because I think I need some cloths. and you know the etiquette Christmas range.
I'm
so excited for it.
Please do me my personalised crackers.
No, I'm looking forward to Christmas. When we're filming this, I can't get Christmassy yet, but by the time this comes out, I'm in Christmas mode.
Well, I know some of my friends put their Christmas trees up this weekend.
Absolutely.
And when are we filming this?
When does this come out?
No, but when we're filming this now, it's like mid-November.
Not middle of November. Like, that's silly. You can't put it up too early, otherwise you lose all the...
I'd like to put mine up maybe this weekend.
No.
I think I'm going to.
No.
I'm really busy.
No, you don't. You can't. Okay, put it in April then. Why did you bother taking it down? Just leave it up.
You're so pathetic.
Yeah, that's how you sound.
Nah. No,
it goes up on the 1st of December, and this year it is a Sunday, so is it perfect? I think I'm going to do a bit of a family day on that Sunday.
Oh, cute.
I know.
What have you been doing?
I've had some weddings.
Said anything cool?
Yes.
Like?
Let me try and think. Where have I been? What have I talked about? We did the London wedding, didn't we? I did that one. And then, this one last weekend was cool because she was Italian, he was Irish. So it was just like wild. And I just love dads. I don't know what's wrong with me.
You fancied him?
No, not fancy. I just love that relationship.
Yeah.
I can't help it. And they do their first looks.
It's because you love your daddy.
I know. I wish I could go back and rewatch all of that.
Yeah.
And do that again. But her dad's, we got ready to walk down the aisle. And I've sent the 25 bridesmaids, no, she didn't have that many actually, sent all the bridesmaids down, and then I had to get them from out of this doorway into the bigger bit ready to go into the thing. He just walks ahead. Oh my God, have you seen the TikTok? Anyone that hasn't watched it, there's a TikTok where, and I get what happened. I think I know what's happened there. Where the dad is just walking down the aisle, and then that poor guy, that would have been me, that poor guy running behind going, sorry, and he has to then walk back, and then his daughter walks in and meets him, and then they walk down together. But I think he didn't think he was walking her down. I think he thought that he was next to go down, because his job was supposed to be to walk in and stop at the end of the aisle, ready for her to then come and join him. So I think he was just like, I'm walking in.
Oh, that video. And the poor coordinator.
I know, excuse me.
I want to die in a hole. I think I'd just let it go. I'd be like, fuck it.
Leave him.
But I'd be like, do you want me to go get him? Or
I'd want him,
not?
yeah.
No, but you'd ask, and if they're like, nah, don't worry about it, then I'd be like, okay, cool.
No, I'd want him back.
Yeah, but some people would be like, don't worry about it, let's save the embarrassment.
Yeah, but I think anybody that has thought they were walking down their aisle with their dad would want their dad to come back.
Yeah.
100%. So anyway, he walks ahead and I'm like, fuck. And I looked, and it's just because he was just absolutely crying his eyes out. Oh. So he was stood in this bit just like pacing and breathing and then just like cry. But I just think everybody tries so hard not to cry, and I'm like, just fucking cry.
Love a crier. I love a crier.
Enjoy it.
So I went to Brighton.
When?
At the weekend.
What?
And talking about parents, I watched Sam Tompkins perform. Incredible.
Who is this?
Sam Tompkins.
I think I clicked on him, but would I know a song?
I sit by myself,
talking to the moon. Oh. Higher.
Moon. Honestly, incredible night. And we were actually sat next to his mum and stepdad.
Oh, how cute.
In the show. And unfortunately, his dad passed away, committed suicide a year ago to that date, essentially, attempted. And he then sang a song for his mum, and she was like bawling her eyes out and was like so proud. And I was like, it just reminded me that mums also, like, we know you said mums do get forgotten.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just like,
cute.
Remember your mums, peeps.
Yeah.
Because like, you're a mum.
Mate, if Isla doesn't give me some attention on that wedding,
Brian's going to be star of the show, speech, walking down the aisle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, actually, you can walk down the aisle with your mum if you want and get your dad to do a speech. Like, it doesn't have to be traditional.
I'd love if we both walked Isla down the aisle.
Yeah.
That would be cute. Because I would just cry the whole way down. I will cry her whole wedding day. 100%.
Like, there's just, because I think, like, the dad's an important role, but also, like, mums stereotypically end up doing, like, have done more, and like, they're the ones off on maternity leave.
They're more connected.
Yeah.
Like, they're more involved. I don't know how to word this.
Brian's going to be like, fuck off.
No, actually.
Isla this morning said, Daddy usually gives me my coat before I go to school. Where is it, Mummy?
Brian's really hurt his back. So this morning, I had to do everything that Brian normally does. And first of all, we have a very progressive relationship. Brian does most of and I'm doing the little speech marks thingies, women's jobs.
Pink
and
jobs.
I do most of the blue jobs.
Anyway, what are your jobs?
Work really hard.
Sorry.
I work more.
No, right. What are the jobs? Come on, let's talk about it.
Name a job and I'll tell you who does it. I don't think I want to play this game.
Put the bins out.
Both, actually. Was that Brian's laughing? Has he got a microphone? Has he been given a fucking microphone?
This is insane.
Shut up. Whoever goes past the bin in the morning puts the bin out. I've put the bin out lots.
How many times?
As a percentage of our entire time in that house,
30% I put the bin out.
This is insane.
That's true.
This is insane.
Okay, right, okay.
I like this game.
Okay. Cooking.
Brian.
100% of the time.
Changing the bed sheets.
100% of the time, Brian.
Washing.
Can we add some things in that aren't house related though?
Washing.
Brian.
100% of the time,
Mow
Brian.
the lawn.
It's 50-50.
Oh my
Fucking liar,
God.
mate. You're a liar.
Okay.
If we
Food shopping.
Brian.
Georgie, can you not lie when you play this game?
Food shopping.
Brian. Writing the food shop, planning the food shop, me. I do more of the planning.
Okay, you tell me your jobs, girl.
Tell me some things. Do some more things that aren't like just
ironing.
Brian.
I'm trying to think of our jobs in the house that we have together. Cleaning the bathroom.
None of us.
Cleaner.
Nobody.
Oh my God, I cleaned all 3 bathrooms last night.
Oh, it would have been a shit job then. Okay, why did you clean the bathrooms? Where was I?
You were doing a call.
Yeah, I was working.
No one's
No,
disputing that.
but I'm not sat on my
Brian.
ass. I'm not chilling.
Brian, do you think she strategically puts calls in at the
I
right
wish.
time
I
so she
wish.
doesn't have to cook and do things like
She's also
that?
acting like I'm a stay-at-home dad that doesn't work.
No, but
Wait there.
Round
Ding,
one.
ding, ding, ding.
Round one.
Let's go.
No, I have. Do you know what? We actually had a conversation about this the other week because I very much appreciate that I do F all in the house. So I sat down with Brian and was like, we need to have a conversation about it because if you feel it's unfair, because I work more, I'm out of the house more and work more. He does way more at home. And I was like, do you find it unfair? And he was like, no, I'm really happy with our situation. I was like, cool, me too. Done.
So why are you being a little bitch then, Brian?
No. The only thing I'm being a little bitch about
He said that with his chest, honey.
is Georgie lying about it.
What did I lie about? I do put the bins
how
out.
often you mow
Okay,
the
let me
lawn.
tell you my
Can we
role.
just confirm that Brian does do work as well?
Brian does work as well. Yes. But
Insane.
what percentage scale?
Insane.
If you're making me percentage, what percentage are you working?
I work at least 30 plus hours a week.
30 hours a week.
At least.
Yeah.
Sometimes more.
What do you think you do?
60.
Every week? I'm sorry, that's bullshit because the other day you were like, yeah, I was just sat on the sofa, I had a sofa day.
Working.
Watching telly.
Yeah, whilst I was working. I definitely, in my peak, in summer, it's probably more than 60
Yeah,
hours.
no, I agree with that.
I
agree with that.
My jobs are like the planning jobs. I sort out, Isla had odd socks day at school. I do that shit. She's got Pugsy day on Friday.
Oh my God,
She would go to school. She would go to school with her normal little socks on
Odd
and get
socks.
bullied. I am stopping the bullying. Actually, that's what the odd socks are about, not bullying.
So how did you find odd socks?
Actually, I sent her up, but I reminded her that that's what we needed to do. My job is planning, earning hard-working money, and then that's my jobs. And we're happy with it.
Okay, as long as you're happy.
That's the thing.
So do you think this is important to have this conversation before you get married?
Yeah. I also think you should be doing it before you have kids.
Yes.
Because I saw a TikTok the other day, obviously that's where I get all my news, where the woman sat the man down, again, we're just being stereotypical here, and she was like, can you tell me what I can do to help you in this festive period? Like, you just write me a list of jobs of what you want me to do, and I'll make sure. And he's like, it's obviously a setup, right? He's like, why have I got to do the list of jobs? She's like, no, because I want to help you. Like, I genuinely want to help you, but you tell me what you need me to do. And he's like, well, why do I need to know? And then she was like, this is what it's like. And I was like, it is. So I'll do all the Christmas, I'll buy all the Christmas presents, I'll wrap all the Christmas presents, I'll get all of that ready, I'll arrange
you enjoy
Christmas.
all of that stuff.
He enjoys hoovering.
You're enjoy. This is your like prime. This is what you thrive
I fucking
on.
love Christmas.
Like, this is not a job. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but my job is to, and I tell you, my other big job is to make the household fun. That is actually my job.
Yep.
Brian keeps it clean, like, what's the word I was looking for? I've ruined what I was saying now because it didn't flow nicely. Brian keeps it safe, I keep it fun.
That's good then.
Cute, right? What
There
are
we
you?
What do you mean?
Who's the fun? Oh. No fun.
I mean, we don't have a kid, so it don't really need to be too fun.
Oh, we've always been fun. It could be fun.
We both take it in turns.
Okay. Who does Christmas?
Me. Jack doesn't really care about Christmas.
No.
But I enjoy doing Christmas.
Do boys not care about Christmas?
I think, like, my brother doesn't give a shit about Christmas, and my sister-in-law is like, oh my
But he's
God,
got a
Christmas.
baby.
Christmas is my personality.
Yeah.
She's on maternity leave this year, so she's
buzzing.
She's
I
going,
bet it'll be a winter wonderland.
going
Take that for
hard.
free.
It normally is anyway, and she's super creative. So it's like, I just think I don't know. Again, I think it's your upbringing. Like, if you're not, like Brian was saying in the episode the other week, they just did a barbecue and they didn't open their stockings till after. Like, what? So obviously he's not going to be like
buzzing for it.
But also it could go the other way, that you didn't have that upbringing. Now you're like, I fucking love Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to Winter Wonderland again this year, and I can't freaking wait.
We went a few years ago and I didn't love it.
Now I've nailed it.
Okay, go on.
I've nailed Winter Wonderland. Right. So you need to go early enough because the queue to get in is long.
Agreed.
And there's more than one entrance. So you need to go around to the back entrance where there isn't a massive queue.
Oh.
Top tip. Hopefully there is there this year because of books. If not, sorry. You need to go early enough because we went in the evening and then it shut, and I was having too much fun and it shut.
But what is actually there? Because all I remember seeing was just food stalls.
Obviously.
No, I know, but I want more than that.
Food stalls.
Yeah.
Then all the like funfair games. Then you've got all the rides. Then they've got live bands.
Where were we, Brian?
Then you've got ice skating, you've got an ice bar, then you've got the ice slides.
What?
You've got like cheese fondue bits. Like, there's freaking loads.
Maybe I need to revisit that then.
So we last year or the year before, obviously Jack won me a massive teddy.
Cute.
It's embarrassing if you don't. Some girl ended up asking Jack to try and win him a teddy because her boyfriend could.
See, if anyone out of me and Brian's going to win a teddy, it's me.
Well, guys,
I'm just the manlier one of the relationship.
In Brighton, I was a criminal. Please don't arrest me. But I was on the Deal or No Deal machine in the arcade, right? And we saw a TikTok trick.
Oh, where you film it
and put it in slow-mo.
Did you win?
Yeah.
How much did you win?
I've got like 200 tokens.
What's that, like a lollipop?
No. 2 big bags of Haribo for £1. That's a deal. But yeah, it's always good before you go to Winter Wonderland to do go on TikTok and learn how to win the games, because
you shouldn't be saying stuff like this.
Why?
God, you're going to shut down Winter Wonderland with
nah,
words like this.
No one listens that much.
No, only those million people.
But no, Winter Wonderland's fair. I love it because I love all the different food stalls. The live band were amazing, and actually they do weddings as well. I can't remember who they were, but I tagged them on my Instagram last year. So whoever it is this year, I'll tag again.
Right.
But like, we had so much fun. Like, I can't explain to you. Again, it's everyone there is to have fun. Like, you're not going to Winter Wonderland to be miserable.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, maybe I'll go.
And I was hammered. Drinks were expensive, food were expensive. It is fucking expensive weekend.
Can I use the podcast for something a minute?
Yeah, go on.
Guys, for New Year's Eve, I would like to go and see the London fireworks. Please, can you guys tell me where I can stay, where I can see them, and somebody must have a connection to something that's like, oh, my house has views of it and we're away. Do you want a house swap? Like, that's the sort of shit I need from listeners. Please.
It's given Georgie's getting kidnapped.
Now, I don't want to be kidnapped. No, I've never seen them. So Brian was going to propose at the London fireworks.
I don't think London fireworks are for me.
I've just never seen them, and I want to see them, and fireworks make me cry.
I'd love to go see them, but like the crowds, like, I'm a bit of a wimp.
This is why I want somebody to say, I've got a penthouse suite, you can have it.
Let's tap up our mates at like Crimpfield or somewhere. Let's go use that penthouse
soon.
Jenny, if you're listening,
yeah, this one's for you.
This one's for you. But I'm a little bit of a freak in London because I love London.
I hate London.
I love London, but I'm also super nervous in London.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, I mean, in Winter Wonderland, I felt a bit safe, but I'm
if
always
I know that it's going to be crowded, I'll be okay. Like, if I know and I'm prepared for it, but
I just hate the feeling like I'm constantly like putting my phone away, making sure my pockets are zipped.
I'll just wear my lanyard.
But like, do you know, just everything when you're just like, you always double check.
And I also want to take Isla, so I'm just going to like, you remember those backpack leads? I'm going to put her on one of those, the 11-year-old.
Anyway.
I need to tell you something.
Go on.
I need to tell you something.
Guys, do you actually enjoy hearing about our lives or not? Because we
Tough shit.
We can stop these catch-up episodes.
Right. Speaking to somebody the other day.
Oh, red nails.
They're my sexy nails.
What for? What are you busy?
Because I went on holiday, so I was trying to have holiday nails and winter. I've got my Christmas nails lined up as well.
Okay, what are they?
The bows, obviously. My whole wedding. Oh, rip. My whole Christmas is red bows. So, oh my God, I need to tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Very good.
So, there is a venue.
Yeah. Do I know the venue?
You would know the venue, I think.
Okay.
That have been taking bookings. They do loads of weddings, rah, rah, rah. They take all their 2026 bookings, like right up until last weekend, and then they ring all their 2026 couples and all forwards and say, hiya, we are cancelling your wedding.
What?
Your wedding is cancelled.
Wait. They're cancelling?
Your wedding is cancelled.
Wait, so
Done.
if I booked my wedding last Saturday
for 2026, fucked, done. Sorry.
Wait, do I lose what's going on?
So I think they are saying that you can pay more money and go to one of their sister venues, which look nothing like that venue, by the way. So you would never have picked that one and want the other one.
Wait, why are they taking bookings?
They were taking the book and then just suddenly decided...
Wait. Tell me what's happening with the venue.
Right, so everyone's been told this and everyone's like, what the actual fuck? Really upset. They then obviously go onto their Instagram to be like, what the hell? They must be like shutting down. How sad. No. On their Instagram, they've got a group statement. Blank, set to transform into a luxury tourism venue in 2026. The comments, today we announce an exciting new chapter in blank. From 2026, blank will be redeveloped into 5-star tourism destination and no longer perform weddings after blah, 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 blah. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. Fucking kicks off online.
At what point did they know this? Surely they knew this at a certain point.
Exactly.
All right, granted, if you put 6 months ago and the decision's been made now.
Yeah.
But also, why do you have to pay more to go to one of their sister venues? I'll be like, here's a discount to go to our sister venue.
We're so sorry
we
we fucking ruined your wedding. Because some of these will be not like a year away. Like
what
just
venue
over
is it?
I'm not telling you.
No, but can you tell me off camera?
Yeah.
They that's going to cost what?
So I'm then reading some of the comments.
Oh God.
This is such a joke. You rang us less than an hour ago to tell us that our wedding was cancelled. Like you didn't already have this in the pipeline when we booked. No consideration whatsoever.
Less than an hour.
Less than an hour, and it is already like, yay, new excitement on Instagram.
Imagine if you didn't pick up the fucking phone.
Fucking madness. You were our dream venue for years, blah, blah, blah. Absolutely disgusting announcing this only an hour after informing people their dream wedding is cancelled. No remorse for ruining people's big day like they had planned. Also, quoting refunds will be looked into after paying large deposits.
Fuck. Wait, who's making these decisions higher up?
Disgusting behaviour. Obviously more concerned about money than customer service. People book a venue, then a church, honeymoon, and then you do this. Absolutely outrageous, taking people's money.
Absolutely, because you've got other suppliers.
Yeah,
let's say honeymoon. Let's say
everyone's booked it, and also there's no way that they have that same date available at the other venues.
So, for example,
if
someone booked a photographer and then they couldn't do the new date, do they lose their
photographer deposit? Of course they do.
It's not the photographer's fault.
No, I wouldn't. If somebody changed, I would try and be kind. But if somebody's changed their date and I can't do the date, I can't give you the deposit back because the deposit does the work that I've done.
Oh my!
Absolutely disgraceful.
Whoever rolled out that marketing plan was poor.
Poor communication when the new era was announced.
Oh my God. Less than an hour.
Yeah.
That's a piss take.
I know.
But I get like wanting to change and remodel and do this lifestyle brand. But
my
like,
problem is if you're going to do
it gracefully.
That, but also you would look and be like, well, if we do it from 2027, we've got 2 weddings booked in.
Yes.
Let's do it then. We're going to piss off less people. Let's stop taking money for it.
Or like, I wouldn't be so offended to say they were going to do it from 2027 and they've got a wedding in April and November, for example. Let's like pre-booked it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, to the November wedding, look, we are making some changes. We're refurbing the hotel. You've got the option to move or blah, blah, blah. Or like...
Well, no, they're just not doing weddings.
No, but I mean like...
Yeah.
In the bigger picture.
It's bad, isn't it? Naughty.
Would insurance cover that?
I don't know.
Where do you stand?
I don't know.
This is the thing. Like I had a couple and they come to me and they booked a load of things. Like, want to pay in full, like for everything. And I was like, whoa,
chill out.
Let's be careful.
Let's just take a breath here,
Because
guys.
you're trusting people with a lot of money.
Yeah, but how bad is that?
That's
naughty, isn't it?
But you also think a group like that wouldn't do anything like that.
They own multiple venues.
But surely aren't some of their venues like not new, but they're quite new, aren't they? Like
they're quite big
in terms of
like
the
wonderful
wedding scene.
Yeah.
What did
But I don't think people know who owns what.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't know they were connected.
Did you not?
No.
Their HQ is like their head offices are gorgeous.
Is it? That was just silly Billy because that's
I'd be
detriment to the other venues.
But there's also so much more to than just cancelling the venue. Like you just said, hair, makeup, planners, coordinators.
Especially if you were like February 2026, that's not far away really. I booked all my stuff,
all the guests, all the
oh God, it hasn't it. You'd have to hope that your invites are going out. But I'd be like, you can pay for my invites that I've
Yeah, you've either got to seriously compensate me.
Yeah.
But I think people are getting refunded.
Are they? Well, full refund.
I don't know.
You have to.
They've got to.
But also the problem is, it's like, and I think I've said this before, when you go out for a meal and all the meals come out and my meal's wrong, you take my meal away, and now I just say, don't worry about it because everyone's eating now, and they go, okay, we'll give you your money back. No, I'm going to need more than that because I didn't eat that or it was shit, and you've ruined our whole experience.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You've ruined the experience.
Fuck, guys, not here to scare you at all.
No, sorry. I also want to talk about another bad thing.
Oh. Can we end on something happy though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember Russell Howard's Good News, where he always used to end the show with a really happy story?
I don't watch that.
It's old. It's not.
Yeah, but it's not my
you watch Happy News. What's the matter?
It's not my kind of thing.
He's a comedian. He's funny.
Not my kind of thing.
All right. What?
I'm nervous. Is it me? Have I done something wrong?
Are you? No. What is happening with photographers not delivering their galleries? I've had 4 different clients from July and August say, Georgie, what sort of time frame are we looking at for photos? Are you fucking joking me? Is that a normal amount of time?
I've had the same.
4 months.
It's usually 12 weeks, isn't it?
What's that? August, all of August, all of September, all of October, half of November. We're on 3.5 months.
Yeah, we're nearly at that, just over that 12-week mark, which is pretty normal.
It feels so long though.
But what annoys me is half of them haven't sent previews. So we've not had one fucking picture. Not one.
That's fair. That is fair. If you send me 25 photos in my previews, cool. You can distract me for long enough. It's like throwing a ball to a dog, isn't it? Like, I've got time, here you go, throw it, go over there and sort that out. This people, and I'm going to say it directly down the screen, all of these photographers that are kicking off about content creators, that is the reason they're booking them. That is the reason that they are booking. If you don't send any previews to your couples and you think that they're going to sit around and wait 3 months to get their first picture from their wedding, you are fucking dizzy. Dizzy.
Me hiding from all the photographers that are going to comment on this.
But please do comment, because I'm interested. But you cannot expect people to wait this long to have any photos. I'm not on about the full gallery. I get that you've put in your contract it's 12 weeks and blah, 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 blah. But you cannot, if I had to wait more than a week for some photos of my wedding, I'd be furious. Soz.
Yeah. The editing queues are long, like it's peak summer.
Get it.
But 12 weeks is what I've seen as average. But why are you kicking off then?
Because so many people are coming to me and being like, is this normal? And I'm like, no.
Well, 12 weeks is pretty normal.
To have no photos.
Oh.
Sorry, nothing. I remember after our wedding, I mean, Pat sent us, I had one on the day, like I was happy. But I remember literally being like, I just want to see everything. Everything. This is why I get the content.
I think video is the same though, isn't it?
But at least video, I think our video, shout out Lion Island Media, but he did a really short, literally just a shot from the confetti. And that just tickled me for long enough.
Just need a little something.
Little something to put out there.
We're like kids.
I've said this to photographers before where I'm like, the first photo they're posting, if you were smart business-wise, you want that to be one of your photos.
My favourite is when I have the photographers sat with us during our break and they will edit a shot and they will make sure they've got that, like one from the ceremony ready to go. I
worked with a videographer the other week who, in that meal bit, they do a package where it's, you know, those books that you open and it plays a video. They made them a video in that time, in the meal time.
Do you think it's more of a passion? People who are still really love their job,
maybe,
and want to get it out there and excited to be like that. Oh, the shot I got.
Because I've also seen photographers that get 20 photos ready and put it so that the evening guests that arrive can see them on a screen.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
If you, as a you'd pick as the bride and groom if you wanted that, wouldn't you? Would you not?
No, because I'd want to like look at them in bed next morning.
But I've seen people then show them so they can see some of their photos. I want the next morning to post a picture. Well, my favourite is when I did a wedding with Alex Wysocki. Shout out. Love her. We love her. We love you. She is a babe. Like I literally I remember that wedding that you were on and she saw me, just ran up to me and as I was trying to park the van and hugged me. Oh yeah. I was like, I love you. She's incredible. We did a wedding about a year ago actually, and he wanted an image onto the thank you card. So the weddings were Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So by Monday, we wanted the thank you cards to be in the post essentially. Oh. So we were sat there, she was like, which ones do you think? Like we got maybe like 5 ready and we picked the one that we were going to get on the invites. And it's like, they found time. But I just, again, looking at it as purely selfishly marketing wise, as a photographer, you're a fool if you don't send a couple of photos the next morning. Sorry. Because they're like, most people will then see it and be like, oh my God, those photos, that's the photo that everybody sees. That's the highest liked photo. So again, if we're being selfish and marketing savvy, that's how to do it.
Brian, when you cut this clip down, can you just add
Get out the bits where I've said.
Can you get out the bit of, put this bit at the end? Okay. Guys, Georgie said it, not me. Georgie said it, not me.
I was saying it as when people say to me,
come for Georgie, not me. I still love you. Don't be mean on the wedding days.
Don't fucking ask me at a wedding, how do you get so many followers if you're not fucking being the person that does the photo first?
Eek!
All right.
Peace and love.
I'm going to text Pat and ask him how long his gallery...
Nah, ring him.
Okay. Poor Pat.
Love him.
And obviously I look at Pat as a good indicator of...
No, but I think he's still on that passion.
Hello. Hey, Pat, that was a quick answer. Pat, please can you tell me, you're live on the podcast, please do swear. How long does it take you to send over sneak peeks, and then how long until they get the album?
Sneak peeks within 2 days.
You're a fool!
Yeah.
48 hours, because obviously in summer sometimes I'm working back to back. So
Georgie said you're a fool. Georgie said you're a fool.
Do you normally do it next day?
70% of the time.
See? Okay, and then full gallery?
For anywhere between 4 and 8 weeks in the summer.
Cool. And then what about, like, what's the worst case? 8 weeks?
8 weeks, yeah. Like the longest one this summer's probably been 8 weeks.
Cool. Thanks, Pat. That's all I need to know.
Wait, Pat, we've had people... Can you hear me?
Pardon?
Can you hear Beth?
Yeah, just about.
So we've had people from July weddings not have one preview yet.
July, what?
And I'm going to tell you... I'm going to tell you who it is, and Brian's going to beep it.
Not even any sneak peeks?
No. Say who it is.
I've had loads of people that haven't had their August weddings yet either.
What, any sneak peeks?
Maybe less. Even if they have sneak peeks, what would you say is too long to be waiting?
3 months.
Yeah, so we're into that.
12 weeks.
Yeah, I said 12 weeks max. That's what I see on a lot of contracts.
12 weeks, yeah. Like, for myself this summer, I was probably spending like 2 days in the office, and office days are my editing days.
What's in your contract? Do you put 12 weeks to be safe?
Weeks.
Oh, okay.
But yes, that's
And
crazy.
if you took more than 8 weeks, at what point can I kick off?
At no point can you actually kick off.
Yeah, but if you said 8 weeks and it's like 14 weeks, at what point do I be like, Pat, come on?
Well, you just send an email, just like a nice little email.
Can I just say,
word it nicely. I get some occasionally, and then I will just be like, your gallery will be ready like next week or whenever it is, because normally by the time they message, it's close to being finished anyway.
Fair.
what was I going to say?
Don't know.
I just think like 3 months after your wedding, like, aren't you a bit over it?
Well, I don't think so. I haven't been married myself. But,
But do you know what I mean? Like, you're in this bubble, like the first 6 weeks after the wedding, it's like, woo, wedding, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like back to normal life. And then you're like, oh, here's your wedding pictures. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
No, I think it will help you like get excited about the wedding again.
Fair.
Okay.
I do think anything more than 3 months though, I'm getting annoyed.
You might be, yeah. You'll probably be less excited about the images.
Well, our concern was when we didn't even have a preview for this one client, I was like, do they even have the fucking photos? That was where it was getting to a point where you're like, we've not seen anything now, and it's been over 3 months. Like, I was nervous. Yeah. I was like, there's something wrong with the footage. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that I would be worried about.
They have had them now.
Yeah, they've had them now.
Surely everybody does sneak peeks now, no?
This was my point, Pat. You'll see a clip on Instagram soon that I'm sure will get some hate, but I said it was stupid that photographers don't do sneak peeks.
No,
yeah,
you said you're a fool if you don't get a photo to them the next day.
Yeah, I do think that. Only because you want their first post to be your picture. I was saying it selfishly as a photographer. If I want good marketing, that's how you get it.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the boring marketing part of me is like, that's what the biggest thing is for me, is that marketing.
Pat, how's your wedding planning going?
Going okay.
You excited? Have you got any gripes from a groom?
Pardon?
Have you got any gripes from a groom?
Not yet, no. It's quite difficult because Holly will see things, like she saw the thing with the sunglasses and was like, that's cool, and I was like, vomited, and I was like,
It's because she's not seen it all.
Yeah, we forget that people don't go to weddings 100 times a year, and actually they're still like, oh my god, glow sticks are so cool. And I'm like, I agree if I'm a guest, but
I've fucking seen them every wedding.
Let's put our name on sunglasses. So cool.
Oh, love her.
Some people, but when you
don't burst her bubble.
If that's your thing, but I see it all the time, and it's the same as like, I don't want to. Yeah, there's a few things.
Go on, say what you don't want.
There's a few things.
What have you vetoed?
I can't say.
Don't be a pussy, Pat.
Pussy
it's
Pat.
Unfair on other people that have businesses. I'll get done for slander.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if we go off camera now.
It's more like it's a bit like me saying, I don't want a coordinator.
Beep. Okay, so it's more of like a whole industry rather than sunglasses.
It's more like a whole thing at the wedding day that someone would sell to the couple that they might want.
Okay, fine. Okay, Pat, you've told us and we agree, but we're not going to say it out loud because... But also, again, some people can and some people don't. It's just fine. Whatever. You do you, Pat. You know that.
Yeah.
Pat's pussy.
Yeah.
Okay, you pussy, Pat. See you later. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Pussy Pat.
Pussy Pat. I also have something else I want to talk about. I've actually been good. I've been writing notes ready for our chats. I was talking to a videographer the other day at a wedding, and we were talking about, they were saying to me about my role and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, sometimes it's really helpful because there's a male photographer, male videographer, and then I'm the female that can be like, your boobs are in the wrong place, your whatever. And he was like, oh, I think I lost a booking the other day because they asked me if I could bring a second shooter and could I make sure that they were a female. And he was like, I will absolutely try, but just I cannot promise you 100% that is. And he said, I think they then ghosted, they didn't think. And he was like, I'm so confused because working in the industry, I wouldn't even think about it. I would always turn my back when they're putting their dress on. I'd always leave the room if it's uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. But we're in the industry, so it's really hard to look at it because I know that that's pretty normal to have two guys doing the dress on photos, but is it weird? Do you need female and male voice?
No, you don't need it. However, if you look at all the photos of me at a wedding, you got sent a gallery of me the other day. My hands were down her top. Getting the confetti out. It's more the bridesmaids have a bit more to do.
Yes.
Well, if you know. Photographers, I'm going to actually be nice about photographers.
I really like photographers.
They do a lot of jobs that a coordinator will do.
100%.
If a coordinator isn't there, which means they're getting less photos essentially.
100%.
And they always say that whenever you're at a job, they're like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. I don't have to deal with all that stuff. I can actually focus on my job.
Yeah.
And so you don't need it. I think for me at the moment, I'm loving the girls at the moment. So then
I worked with girls one the other day and they were bitchy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just here for the female photographers at the moment. I think they're absolutely smashing and killing the game where it was such a male dominated world.
Agree.
Like someone asked me for photographer recommendations. Pat wasn't available, and then I sent a few others, and they were all girls. Yeah. And I was like, she was like, "Oh, you like the girls?" So I was like,
I didn't actually mean to.
I didn't mean to, but I think on the morning of but again, it's hard because I think Pat's great on the morning.
That's what I mean. Some guys are absolutely
and I think
phenomenal.
Harvey, like from Meros, he's great with the like. He'd be like, "Work it, girls!"
Yeah,
I feel like you've got to lean into it. And
I would argue as well that if there was a guy taking photos of me, I am probably a bit more conscious of what I'm doing, which is probably a good thing.
I think
there's arguments for both, isn't there?
I generally think you should go off what their photos look like and the style of photography, not if they're male or female.
No, agreed.
I think if you're conscious about having if you've picked a male photographer and male videographer, get a female coordinator.
Agree.
So you've got that female presence.
You definitely, and again, you don't have to have a coordinator, but you will need a girl around you all day to be like, your lipstick smudged, your lash is wrong. Like, I remember one of my coordinators doing a thing and she had an argument with the photographer because he was just trying to get these photos out. And she was like, I'm not letting her hair extension be like that for these photos. And he was like, doesn't matter. She was like, yes, it does. You can literally see. That? I can't remember.
No, which coordinator was it?
I don't know if it was Charlotte or...
Sounds like Hannah.
Hannah, that is something Hannah would do as well. But the girls understand that, and that's not a shade against men, because also the men will argue that the boys
absolutely
can say it better to the men, which is fine. But it's just having that eye of it. But it was just an interesting conversation, because I was like, I wonder whether people actually consciously think, I've booked a female photographer, I definitely want to get a male videographer now.
It's hard because I think it's down to personality. And I think have these conversations with the photographer and videographer when you jump on a Zoom with them and be like, look, if my extension is hanging out, are you going to notice it and are you going to say it to me? Or if they're going to be like, we'll Photoshop it out. That's not the point.
Yeah, because other people are taking photos as well.
And this is, we did a story the other day and photographers fucking came for us about makeup. And they're like, oh yeah, we can edit your spot out. That's not the fucking point.
Yeah, I still want to be there on the day.
I want to look good on the day.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of what we're saying.
It's so difficult because I want my photographer to care about what my photos look like. I want my videographer to care about what my video looks like. And I get that, but I need somebody who's thinking about everything. And do you know what I mean?
But also, it's not the photographer's job to make sure you look good. In some respects.
Yeah, no.
Like when you go on, like, let's talk about corporate, for example, you've got a makeup artist and hairdresser on hand.
Yeah.
Constantly. So it's like, if you're worried about what you look like, actually, your photographer's there to take photos. If you need that support, pay for makeup to stay all day, pay for hair to stay all day. Because, respectfully, it's not their job to make sure your lipstick's topped up.
I agree.
Put that out there, Bri.
I also did a wedding the other day and went into the ceremony room, and I know this bride has paid a lot of money for flowers, so the florist is putting all this stuff up everywhere, and the videographer went, well, you can't go there because I can't get my camera over it to get the angle. I was like, she's like, they'll have to go right to the sides. And I was like, they're not going right to the side. So then it comes on me to be like, right, I need a middle ground of this, because first of all, I'm not having no flowers behind them for their photos because it looks shit. She didn't want any on the registrar table either because they need to get that. And I was like, no, I'll move those when they sit down for the photo. I'm not having the whole behind them.
Sorry, what? I've never heard that.
I don't know.
No flowers on registrar?
As in, because when they sit down to do the signing photos, it was all the bud vases in front of them. And I was like, I'll come and move them during the signing. Ooh. But the table was behind where they were stood. So you had to have the bud vases there to be behind them in the photos.
Okay, my top tip is don't use big bud vases when you got things like that.
They weren't these
ones.
Use
the littler ones and cluster.
Yeah, so this one had it as little clusters all the way along the front and it looked lovely. So I was like, I'm not moving those. But let's picture this as it. So this was the back table. Yeah. They then had 3 kind of plinth. There were flowers on stands. Yep. So they had one on the floor, one on a middle plinth. In a club, we all friends. On the big plinth and then the same the other side. But obviously where photo and video stand is behind that corner. So she was like, I can't see anything. And I was like, okay, I'm trying to be understanding of that, but also fine. So we ended up then dropping some of them down and then going wide, like curving around them more than just, but it's difficult.
Respectfully,
yeah,
I've never considered photographer and videographer when I'm styling.
But I don't want you to.
Because if my client wants it, that's what and I feel like they should then just like I have to problem solve.
Yeah.
When the ledge isn't the size that the venue have told me, or I can't get access when it doesn't go to plan my way, and I don't throw my toys out of plan. I have to problem solve and figure it out.
But then this is where coordinating comes in. My job is to make sure everybody's happy, and that's fine, and I'll figure it out. But I know my bride well enough to know that she will want flowers in this shot, but I also know that she spent money on videography and photography, and also, therefore wants photos and videos of it.
Try and tell the fucking big celebrity weddings that.
Yeah, I know.
They found a way.
Put a fucking crane up, don't they?
Let's get a crane, baby.
Where's your napkin?
Oh, it's on
You're
the
all
floor.
right. You're all right. A hot mess today.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed the problem solving of that though, and being like, right, let's make this work.
Were they dickish or were they just?
No. She was just like, well, I can't film. As I got to know her, it wasn't dickish, but at the start, I was like, this is the first thing
I've been in some of the tightest rooms in the world, and there's flowers everywhere, and no one's ever said anything.
I've never had it said to me before either, actually. And that was the first time that I was like, okay. So another one that we did where you were at, your team were there and I was there, and the venue were just being a little bit difficult anyway because I was there, and so they had the arch, and they were like, well, where the registrar table goes, the arch will be right at the back, and where the couple will stand is here. And I was like, no. I was like, the arch has got to be closer to the couple. Otherwise, in your photos, you've got these two stood here, and I'm not joking, like 5 meters back is the arch. So I was like, we'll pull the registrar table behind. She was like, but the people normally like to see the registrar table. I was like, no, they don't. No, they don't. Nobody cares about the signing the register bit. Put that bit back, move the arch forward, and the couple will stand by the arch. She's like, well, I disagree. And I was like, okay, I'm put down as the contact, so get fucked.
She's a bossy bitch.
But I know what the client want. I would argue that sometimes venue coordinators don't, because they do the same thing the same way, and that's fine. But it just wasn't right, and I'm glad I did, because it looked banging, if I do say so myself.
Okay, great.
I had one more thing that I want to talk about, but I know that we're coming to the end of the episode.
What do you want to talk about?
It was our friends at the vendor table.
Yeah.
And they were talking about this privacy clause.
Okay.
In photos. Oh, this has just been a photography episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
What were they saying?
I have to find what they were saying, because I was listening and I was like,
You have a right as a couple to ask for a privacy clause.
Absolutely.
100% have a right to do that. So if you feel like you don't want to be featured on a website or social media or have your, maybe you can't, okay? You could always ask your photographer, your videographer, your content creator, whoever you're using, ask them for a privacy clause and add that to the contract. The photographer will likely agree to that, okay? Or they'll pass you on to a photographer that will say, I'll agree to that. Personally, I've done that several times for couples that requested one.
Incredible family session, and I was so fucking pumped on it. And they hit me with the, hey, we really don't want our photos on social media. And I was like,
this is the problem, is would you be offended then if a photographer was like, no, then sorry?
Offended if they said no to the clause?
If they said, then I won't shoot your work. If I can't share the work,
100%.
Would you be offended?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's a big wedding?
Doesn't matter. You're still getting paid to do a job. I'm not a marketing tool, essentially.
Yeah, fair.
Respectfully.
Ooh.
People want your wedding shared. Don't get me wrong. I love sharing our clients' weddings.
The problem is the ones who say to me about not sharing stuff are always fucking beautiful.
But also it can be you've also got to look at it. It could be a safety issue.
Yeah.
There could be someone at that wedding that's
Yeah. I had one where there was certain side of the family didn't know they were getting married.
Yeah. Or
shady.
People have left certain relationships and they've got stalkers and things like that. It could be as extreme as that. And also kids, people don't want their kids posted online.
Yeah.
Because there's different, someone could have cheated on one another. Do you know what I mean? So previous relationship and a new one.
I do feel like it has to be said early on.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't
think you should refuse it. If someone said, can you not post any photos of our wedding, I'd be like, even without you in it. But
yeah, that would be my
your names or anything,
question or stuff, because I've had before that say, oh, you can only use my initials.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No, I get why people
but
don't
I
want
get
it.
why smaller companies are like, that's how you found me.
Yeah.
You found me on social media.
But let's be real, it's not every wedding.
That's what I mean.
Probably
if it got to the point where everybody was like,
but you've also got to think there's a
clause.
whole different world of events that you guys don't know about, but there's NDAs. We've had to sign NDAs for events and things and locations we've been at before, which you know nothing about. We can't put logos or anything up.
Sneaky.
Because it's all under NDA, and you still do the events. You're like,
sick.
This is sick. You're
it's
getting
so
paid,
annoying, isn't it?
You're getting paid the same. But yeah, NDAs. We've had my whole team have had to sign NDAs before.
Ooh.
Multiple events.
Do you get sued then if you break that?
Yep.
Proper sued.
Well, you'll get fined, you'll get sued. Yeah, they see it's cool. If you're whacking an NDA in front of you, usually it's a big corporation or it's someone's got a family lawyer.
Yeah, that's the problem. That. Do you want to end on a bitches from a bride?
Yeah.
You got one?
Yeah, and it's a follow-on from one that we did the other week about the grooms and their suits.
Okay.
So someone listened to that.
Okay.
And then they've got a slightly different
take on it.
Different take / problem on it.
Okay.
So, morning girlies, gripe from a groom here via my fiance, inspired by the suits discussion from the episode the other week. My groomsmen and I found suits that we really like for the groomsmen and fathers, of course, including my future father-in-law. They're classic style morning suits and are available for hire for $175 per person. All the gents are fine with this, but when I told my future parents-in-law, they said, and offered to pay for the suit hire for everyone. They said that it was too much to expect from gents, even though they already said it'd be fine. My parents-in-law are already contributing to a lot of the wedding, which we're really grateful for, but they've already made jokey comments about this. Where should I draw the line with my future parents-in-law with regard to them paying for things? Because I would have thought that this would be reasonable for the others to pay for. What do you girls think? Would love any advice on the whole situation. This is a different problem now.
You be the parents, I'll be the...
Okay.
So we found suits, morning hire, £175 a person.
£175. That's a lot to ask.
They've all agreed to it.
Oh no, I think we should offer to pay for that.
Okay, thanks.
Take the fucking offer.
Like, I just think we forget, because I was speaking to a couple last night as well, and we forget about the generational divides. We forget about certain things, because I was speaking to the couple and we were figuring out timings, and basically there wasn't enough time to have a cocktail hour and desserts, blah, blah. And I was like, why don't you do desserts downstairs as part of the cocktail? And she was like, I do, but my dad wants to serve a dessert wine. And I'm like, ugh. But it's just they get it into their heads that this...
I also think you're not wearing morning suits if you're not a type of person.
This is what I mean.
Respectfully, like you're a certain type of person if you're wearing morning suits.
Yes.
Which is like you are usually more on the upper class if you're wearing morning suits, because it's very traditional.
Yeah, you're not having dessert wine in a field.
Let them.
Yeah, I just think
but the jokey comments...
That's where I slightly then changed my opinion, is when they said about making jokey comments. It depends how far those jokey comments are going. If it's the little like, oh, this wedding's getting a little bit expensive. I know, we really appreciate everything you've done. If it starts to be like, you remember we had a client ages ago who gave her mother-in-law's money back. She was like, fucking have it. I'm not, because she was having opinion. I think there's a big difference between an opinion on saying, I don't think it's right that they should have to pay for that, we'll cover it, versus I don't think it should be morning suits. I think it should be XYZ. I think that's the liney bit. Do we agree, everybody?
Take the money
and run. That is the end of our episode. That is a good old catch up, basically turned into another photography episode. Sorry about that. But it's a big part of your day. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all leave a review and like and share and do whatever things Brian asked you to do to keep us running.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Bye.